Since 2016, I'd like to say, the presidency has lost almost all of its respectability, the US presidency, that is. Um, and it's become increasingly more apparent that you don't have to be fit for office to hold office. Donald Trump was never fit for that kind of office. The job requirements for the presidency of the United States used to be astronomical, and now the barrier of entry is an idiot like Donald Trump, who had every decision made for him, who had everything explained to him, and even then he still screwed up, who had everybody else doing all of the work for him. He was on vacation all the damn time. And then you've got Joe Biden. Joe Biden takes over. Okay, we got respectability in the White House again. I heard so many people say that. Do we? Do we have respectability in the White House again with Joe Biden starting in 2021? Because it looks to me, every time this guy stands behind a podium, he doesn't know where the hell he is. There is a vast difference between the Joe Biden of even 2016 and the Joe Biden of today. The Joe Biden of today is embarrassing. He is a punchline. He's a joke. He needs to get help out of the White House. He needs medical attention way more than he's getting, and trusting him with the keys to the kingdom is no more or less ridiculous than trusting a dingbat like Donald Trump with the keys to the kingdom, okay? So, with all of that being said, I needed to qualify all of that because when I say that Joe Biden needs to drop out of the race, I'm not coming at it as a person who has hope that whoever takes his place is going to be any better. I don't come at it from a place of deep care for the system. The system is garbage. The system produces garbage. It deals in garbage. It's full of garbage. The American political system, the American economic system, the economic system of the world, capitalism, if we're going to go that far, it produces garbage, and it is no longer a respectable position when the barrier of entry has become so low. And the incompetence that people will tolerate in such an office is it's like the things they'll put up with, the things they will excuse. It's embarrassing. The presidency and the election surrounding it has just become a fucking national embarrassment, international embarrassment. People in the US, oh, they love their little elections and they like fighting with each other and they like thinking that between the two of them, one of them is actually going to do more good than the other in the long run. In the long run, the people who are kilometers and kilometers above you with more money than you'll ever sniff in your entire life, they're the ones making the decisions. They're the ones ruining or making your life better if they choose to. And it just so happens they choose not to. But internationally, this is just, as somebody who is living internationally, I can say with pretty good certitude, they're not laughing with you, America. They're laughing at you. They're laughing at what this system has produced. Once again, two completely unfavorable candidates. Two candidates who are not fit for such a job. You go and you interview for a job, you give your credentials, and you try to prove to the people hiring you why you are the best candidate. What could Joe Biden and Donald Trump possibly prove to us as it pertains to being the best candidate for such a position? What qualifies either one of these people? Again, the barrier of entry is very, very low. It used to be, how can I put this? I'll draw a quick analogy. It used to be something like what it requires to get a job in today's society, even to get like a shitty paying job, you got to have a 4-year degree or an 8-year degree. You got to have all these qualifications and all this experience. That's what the presidency used to be. And now it's like, oh, so you worked at Walmart as a cashier. Not that there's anything wrong with Walmart cashiers. I was one before. Not that there's anything wrong with them. But what I'm saying is that that's what an office that used to carry so many requirements, at least notionally, not officially, but notionally, so many things were expected of you as a president. So many things were required of you. So much experience was required of you. So much intelligence and knowledge and know-how was required of you. And now, So even though I say that Biden needs to drop out of the race just to reduce the embarrassment internationally of having such a lost soul standing there at the podium every time, on the other hand, it really doesn't matter, because it should be obvious even to the even to people who are still clinging to hope the most that the system is going to work for them one day. The people who still cling to the establishment and wave their flags at the conventions and, do all this stuff, it should become so apparent to you, even if you are so ignorant to everything around you, that this office is no longer about the single person who can do the best job. It's about the people in the background who can keep their shit together. The people in the background who can keep them from being too embarrassing or saying too many stupid things or doing too many stupid things. It's no longer about the man or the woman. It's about the personality. It's about the guy you could have a beer with. It's about the person who you'd like to invite into your own home and have a chat with. It's not necessarily about their merits. So in that sense, it doesn't really matter. It could be Joe Biden. It could be a shell of Joe Biden for the next 4 years. And what the hell would it matter? At the end of the day, he's not the one making the decisions. Trump's not the one making the decisions for different reasons, but it's all the same. So there you go for the people who've been asking me to say anything about this election and anything about what's going on. That's basically what I think should happen, that Joe Biden should, and I think he will drop out. I think at some point in time, it's just going to become way too obvious to people. The evidence is going to be too insurmountable that he's not fit for office. He's not mentally fit for it. And it's just going to be too much. So I think he will. But then again, this is the United States we're talking about. Surprises abound. And not just in October. Have a good day, folks.